Hey, this is Notser, and this is the Tier 10 Japanese cruiser Zao. She has 40,800 health, a top speed of 36.2 knots, 12 203mm guns, 20 torpedoes, a surface detect of 9.7 kilometers, and 70 AA defense rating. For my modules, reduced crit chance on main armament, improved turret traverse speed, improved main battery range, reduce the chance of flood and fire, faster rudder shift, concealment. For my commander, basic firing training, basic survivability, expert marksman, superintendent, demolition expert, and concealment again. We're on the map Warriors Path, and I'm trying to check out the premium camouflage for tier 10s, as many as I can, of course. This is a great game. It's a good excuse to show it off. Now, premium camouflage at tier 10 might say, oh, well, we could just play bad and be able to run it all the time. Well, not exactly. You actually have to do a good job in the game in order to pay off, but if you do a good job, you should indeed be able to pay for it and earn income. So I was streaming today, like I always do, well, yesterday for you, and the question came up, what cruiser do I think is the best at tier 10? And I sort of ranked them. They're all really close together, except for one, in my opinion. This is the one that's just better. Yes, it doesn't have radar, and radar is a big deal. Yes, its AA protection is lackluster. However, the meta doesn't really dictate that AA is essential every time you go out. If it was, if aircraft carriers dominated, then this would not be my number one. My number one would probably be the Des Moines, for many reasons, but I really enjoy the Zao's HE AP. Has the ability to load torpedoes, great concealment, and it looks pretty cool. The turrets, they traverse terribly. You need to compensate for that by planning ahead and maybe even loading a module that I have done. But overall, she works out just fine. She does her role. She can kill destroyers like nothing. She can light battleships up with HE. Her AP can punish any broadside. And if she gets really lucky, because the torpedoes have slightly lower range than what you would expect in most Japanese cruisers, she can use those as well. Now, I'm moving over to the eastern side of the map. We got a buttload of friendlies. I'm fairly quick. 36 knots is nothing to sneeze at. We're in destroyer territory, and I'm looking for a fight. Friendly Tirpitz appears to be taking a plan of action that involves going down the center, and he might be running into enemies, and I catch sight of an enemy Tashkent, and of course we're going to use our guns. Obviously, I mean, this is not anything crazy. And the rate of fire is a little sluggish. I will grant you that. The DPM's probably not the best. But it's consistent, it's accurate, it can light anything up on fire. The enemy Akatsuki is coming towards the friendly Tirpitz, and I'm like, oh no! We gotta try and kill him before he kills the friendly, because he's gonna use his torpedoes. And we do about 6,001 full salvo. The friendly has to do as much as he can to avoid taking damage. And I miss out on the kill. The Tirpitz gets the kill. I'm not really going to complain considering he took over 60% of his life, but you can't go leading edge into an area where there is a known destroyer as a battleship. Sometimes the battleship can get lucky and kill him really quickly. Other times, not so much, and you need a cruiser or a friendly destroyer to assist you. And I would prefer either one of those to be right next to me or in front of me whenever going after someone. The way the Warriors Path map is going right now, we've got C overwhelmingly. The enemy has A and B overwhelmingly, and we just have to do as much damage as we can and push into B, push into A, and wipe out any enemies that we see. Now, I would always prefer to go after a destroyer, no matter how far away. Well, within reason. I'm not going to engage a destroyer at 18 kilometers, but if he's fairly close, I'm going to risk missing his ship in order to take him out. The Tashkent, the Udaloy, the Khabarovsk, they've got terrible concealment. Just horrible concealment. It's very hard for them to run away. It's also very hard to hit them if they use steering module and all that stuff. And it appears that our fire... No, that's not our fire. Never mind. maybe we can set another fire on the Donskoy. Because he did put our fire out. I remember setting him on fire. And we miss out on the fire. It's really what you want in the Zao. Set them on fire, let them burn for a while. Take on targets that are high probability of doing damage to you or doing damage to someone else. And see if you can come back to a burning ship. He's still burning. Friendly is still doing a good job. The enemies, however, take out the friendly turrets that was low from the torpedoes. Gee, I wonder how that happened. And it's not looking good. The game... Ooh, nice. We set the guy on fire. His damage control might be up again. And I am just trying to confirm that it is. We're just going to sort of spread it around a little bit. I also have the potential to send torpedoes against the enemy North Carolina. We take out the enemy Dun Squad. Not bad. The North Carolina is headed towards my friends. I have a great broadside. I could switch to AP, but hey, I don't think he's going to live that long. That's really going to matter. I should just focus on doing damage. I don't even think my torpedoes are going to hit him. And we are detected. It's either that Des Moines, which it probably is, or another ship in the area. And the Des Moines is just sitting there at the edge. You know what? 9,000 points of damage. Who's to say that was too low or too high? I think that's just right. I think I should get 9,000 every single salvo. He is detecting friendlies, but there's no destroyers for him. He's already killed them all. It's not good for our team. We are down on ships, down on base captures, and we don't have any destroyers. The enemy team could easily win this game. But the Des Moines, I'm going to try my best to take him out. It seems that I have the best angle. Friendly Des Moines takes out the enemy Ibuki very quickly. Probably got a lot of citadels on a broadside target. Mistakes were made, but, you know, it's whatever. It's good for us. The Des Moines, he's just so annoying. Just behind the island. He would rather die to the friendly than die to my ship. I'm not going to get a shot off, I think. I think he's just going to die behind that island. I'm trying. It looks like, yeah, he dies behind the island. This always happens to me. I always play in a game where the enemy... I don't care who beats me, you're not going to beat me. That's the mentality that a lot of them play. We lose the friendly Des Moines that just got the kill on the enemy Des Moines, the Edinburgh. And just an aside, I have a ton of great Fiji games. I can't believe how many Fiji carries I got. I'm so excited to play the Edinburgh. It has not felt like a grind at all. This is reminiscent of the old Mogami. The beautiful girl who showed me a wonderful time so long ago. Anyone who's new to the channel, or fairly new, I've got like 15 or 20 Mogami games that I've shared over the 2 years I've been doing this. I just love her. And that's partially why I like the Zao. The Zao is just an extension of all the good that the Japanese cruiser line gave you as you were leveling up. The Edinburgh is out in the open. I fire all the HE remaining. I switch to AP because I think he's going to show his side to me. But you know what? He showed his side to a friendly Montana. Who could have seen that coming? Enemy Montana is moving into the territory. And AP is not good. He's not showing enough side. He might show enough side where AP would be a good choice. And we are getting escorted, which is great. 2 tier 10s. 2 strong tier 10s. Or... no, that's in New Orleans. Never mind. Well, at least he'll be fodder. Yeah. And of course, perfectly broadside, AP would have been a superior choice. However, HE's not too bad. It says the target on fire. It's probably the best performing HE shell at tier 10 for the cruiser lines. It's just fantastic. The friendly Montana showing too much of his side, man. I know you guys want to get your guns into position, but you just can't show too much. There's no reason to do it. The Tashkent is still running away, and he still has crappy detection. The friendly Montana is dead. Shot. But I did switch to AP, and I should be able to get... okay, 2,000. Maybe elevate the gun a little bit, soften his angle. Oh, he is softening his angle. Maybe he doesn't want to ram. He's going to take a lot of AP. He's showing way too much side to me. Come on, get him. Yes, 7,000. Not bad. Tashkent is still out there. And we're just supporting the flank, trying to kill the target, support our team in their, at least, attempt to survive. It's not looking good, of course. And I don't want to run into the island. That would be bad. The Bismarck is still alive, though. He's still fairly healthy, too. Friendly North Carolina sends a message to the Montana. Not today. Just because you're tier 10 doesn't mean that you're better than me. And, ooh, a sneaky Tashkent. He thought he could get his torpedoes on me. But I was just lucky that I almost ran to the island, so I had to drop my speed. I probably should use Hydro more often in these scenarios where it's not really certain what exactly the enemy is doing. We're still trying to catch him. And I'm still trying to provide support for my team. And that Fletcher, I think I'm going to get a chance to kill the Fletcher. And we are detected, so that means the Tashkent is somewhere in line of sight. And yes, Mr. Fletcher, come here, Mr. Giraffe. Yes, meet my main battery guns. That finish them off very quickly. Very easy to do. There's 2 enemy ships in the southern flank. The Tashkent over here, he's already sent 1 set of torpedoes. Well, all of his sets. They're probably back up. But he's not within range, really, to send them. Obviously, the Tashkent is within 9.7 kilometers of my ship, and he's probably outside of 8 kilometers, give or take. Yeah, there we go. He's right there. Yeah, double take. Yeah, he's there, Notser, and he popped his smoke, so he's going to hide. Now, does that mean he's going to use it and sit in it? If I were you and I was a destroyer, I would assume, oh wow, the North Carolina and the friendly Bismarck just rammed each other. I would assume that they have hydroacoustic. Because hydroacoustic is so good, and there's not enough aircraft carriers to justify defensive fire. Oh, we almost killed him with our first big forward salvo. And he's behind the island. I need to gain ground, Notser. Go, go, go! But I also don't want to leave the capture point. We need to win. It's not a lock that we're going to win, and in fact, we aren't winning right now. So I want to at least protect the win. Capture the point, and of course, the New Orleans is just shadowing me the whole time. And I try to tell him, capture B. Please, capture B. I don't need someone to just show up after I've captured the base. But I'm pushing forward into the smoke. I have hydroacoustic to protect me from the torpedoes. This is not unsafe. And I need to try and catch him. And I'm not going to do it unless I'm sailing directly at him. We're very close on speed if he decides to angle and torpedo. And that's what he did. So I try and fire at him. Oh, is this going to be enough? Oh, he avoids it. More torpedoes. I avoid the torpedoes, or at least try to. Am I going to be able to avoid these torpedoes? I'm really wanting to get my guns on target, of course. This should be the kill shot. Oh yeah, that's a kill shot. Alright. And then there was one. And then New Orleans shows up just in the nick of time, not to get credit for the capture. And instead, we've got to go after an enemy cruiser, an enemy Des Moines. And he's being spotted by the friendly aircraft over the dead battleship. That's pretty awesome. I don't know that the New Orleans would be comfortable fighting him if he didn't know exactly where he was. So I'm going to try and use that to my advantage. We're going to use the long range, and it's long range, baby. And I'm going to fire my guns and stealth fire for the win. He has no idea this is coming unless he, of course, saw an indicator say that, oh, someone's firing at him. Free damage. It's free damage. And he's showing a perfect broadside. Man, Notser, you should go with AP. So I fire off my HE one more time. Sort of chain fire to spread it around ever so slightly. He's got AP loaded. And he's going to try and spread it. Ooh, nice. Good damage. And let's avoid this incoming shot. I really should go with AP. He's just blatantly open, wide open. We are catching up, and we are now ahead in the capture point. We could just obviously finish off the game. No big deal. Friendly fires AP and he gets almost nothing. It looks like he hit the main gun. So eventually I say, okay, AP. He's going to have to soften and use the island to his advantage if that's his intent. So AP at the waterline, and look at this accuracy. Oh, this is going to be good. Oh, Mike. Oh. Oh, yeah, HE. HE's great. AP's better, okay? Fire AP whenever they're broadside. Please fire AP. And I think this is going to finish him off. It does. Enemy Des Moines taken out. Oh, the Zhao is scary because it's so good at everything. It just doesn't have good AA protection or radar to scout out those destroyers. But 4 kills, 120,000 points of damage, 500,000 credits earned, not bad. 2,280 base XP, the New Orleans, 1,300. Escort mission. We did pretty good going around the entire map. And most of my damage was HE, but we did a lot of AP in a short amount of time. Now let's see the income. That's pretty good income. Even non-premium, 200,000. It really cuts down the cost at tier 10. I hope you enjoyed seeing the Zhao. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you next time.